For the approval of the May 18th meeting.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
I'll support.
We have a motion and support. We vote.
Aye.
Mr. Pantoni?
Aye.
Mr. Sims?
Yes.
Mr. Johnson?
Yes.
Okay, our first order of business is the dangerous building show cause hearings. Are you representing Don?
Yes.
Okay. First item is 178 Oneida. Do we have anybody from the public from 178 Oneida? If not, go ahead, Rick.
178 Oneida is in front of us due to a severe house fire, significant damage to the structure of this house, with the condition that it's currently in has been deemed condemned by the building officials, and I would affirm it as a dangerous building.
Okay. Any comment from the board? If not, I'll entertain a motion.
Make a motion to affirm 178 Oneida as a dangerous building.
I'll second that.
Okay, we have a motion and it's been seconded.
Mr. Sims?
Yes.
Mr. Johnson?
Yes.
Mr. Pantoni?
Yes.
Okay. New business. Do we have anybody here from 52 Ann? Seeing no one, can we hear from city staff?
Yes. Good afternoon. Yolanda Johnson for the city.
Can you pull your microphone down? a little?
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, Yolanda Johnson. Oops.
Sorry about that. I thought I had that taken care of.
Okay, this particular enforcement is a result of a rental housing inspection. It has multiple violations in the interior as well as exterior. Seeing that there are no respondents here, we would like to affirm the order as written.
Okay, any discussion? Seeing none, do we have a motion?
Make a motion that we affirm 52 Ann Avenue as written.
I'll second.
We have a motion and support.
Mr. Johnson?
Yes.
Mr. Pantoni?
Yes.
Mr. Sims?
Yes. Okay, our next order of business is 71 West Burnham Street. Do we have anybody from 71 West Burnham? Could you please step forward and state your name?
Ladero Edie.
Okay, and give us a minute. We'll hear from city staff, and then we'll hear from you.
Again, yes, good afternoon. This particular enforcement, 71 West Burnham, is a result of a property survey that was taken a few months back. There are some exterior violations. Seeing that the respondent is here, requesting an extension, I would be open to what this panel would agree to after hearing from the respondent.
Now, please tell us about your property.
I live at 7 West Burnham Street. I was homeless for 15
Could you
months.
maybe move the mic up? There we go. Thank you.
I was homeless for 15 months due to domestic violence, and I wasn't allowed in my house for 15 months. I lived on the streets. Every mail that had come to my house, everything that was in my house was destroyed by that person. She no longer lived there anymore, but she destroyed my house. I couldn't fix it. I couldn't do nothing. Car got stolen last year, July 3rd. All my mail was in there, all my ID. I couldn't even get a job. Everything was stolen. Car was finally returned July 5th. Everything that was in it, I was sleeping in it, was gone. So I had no way of knowing what was wrong with my house, what was being done to my house, or anything. Until I got back there, judge told me, granted me a entry to something to enter, right? So something to enter. I went in there, destroyed. Everything's destroyed. Had no money in my pocket. I'm working now, but I still got a lot of stuff I got to do.
I'm sorry, when did you move back into the house?
July 22nd last year.
Okay. And have you made any progress on the work that needs to be completed?
Well, There was this person that came by a year before who offered me a grant for $7,500 to do any work that I want done in my house. It's supposed to be done that October, but like I said, I was homeless for 15 months. I had no access to my house or anything that happened. I don't know if she turned him away or whatever, but he's supposed to be doing all the work to my house on a $7,500 grant. And I don't know what happened.
Okay, so it was inspection in April. Do you have any idea how much more time you need to complete the work?
I just got a job, just got hired in a couple of days ago. I could try the best to do probably October.
Okay.
Any suggestions, Yolanda?
Well, October is a bit extensive. I was hoping that we can pull up 71 West Burnham, if possible, and look at the pictures under the property survey, see the extensiveness of the violations on this particular property. Property survey 2020, 22, yeah. Okay. Down in the, yeah, yeah. That's, oh, okay. There you go. All right, see what we got. Okay. So it looks like we have, yes, some painting on the stairs, power washing. Pretty much, it looks like at least 30 days, you know, we can come back, revisit in 30 days to see if he can start making some progress. If he can make some progress within 30 days, then we can look at moving forward.
Okay, is the biggest thing the exterior painting and scraping?
That's it, yeah.
Okay.
So that's why, yeah, 30 days.
Okay, do you think you can start making some progress, and we'll give you a 30-day extension and see how you're going, and you can work with Yolanda if you, as you're going along, and if she sees that you're making good progress, it doesn't necessarily have to come back to the board again.
The reason why I said October was because in the process of me being homeless, every bill that I had skyrocketed. I'm still paying off bills from 2020. Remember I told you I was homeless for 15 months. I was homeless April 3rd of 2020. So if they came out there to see that, probably was in the summertime, it looks like it. But I was not allowed to do anything to my house. And the monies that I did have, so when I did come back, I can do any repairs. That was spent on a car because my car broke down. I need that car to live in and go back and forth to work. So I had a really bad 2 years. That's why I said October, because that way I could sit up there and try to save the money. I'm even behind on my mortgage because of this.
And one of the reasons we don't like to go out, October would be 4 months, is that if we get to October and nothing's happened. So when we say 30 days, that's just to see that you've starting on it so we can kind of keep track of as we go along. And then we can keep working with you just to make sure that something's happening. But if we go to October and nothing happens, then we've gone all summer and not made any progress, so.
I can work with that.
Okay. Any board questions, comments?
Can I make a recommendation?
Yes.
Given that it's just some very minor peeling paint, why don't you just let them work with the code officer to get it done?
That's fine, but don't we have to make a motion on this one way or the other?
Yeah, I believe you still have to make a motion on
Yeah.
the,
So do I have, anybody want to make a motion on this?
What would you suggest a motion would look like?
Well, Yolanda had said 30 days, and then she can work with him as it goes along, and then she has the ability to extend that as long as everything's going along well.
Correct.
I'm interested in knowing, Mr. Moore suggested working with the code officer. How would that fold into a motion?
You would just say, you would make the motion that the property owner work with the code officer to bring the property into compliance.
We
Because it's
extend-
not like he needs ladders or anything extensive to fix the repairs and the pictures that I see, so
We
why
can-
take up the board's time with that?
Right, we can make a motion to extend this for 30 days, and in the meantime, he can work with Yolanda, and she can move it out as needed and doesn't have to come back to the board.
Or he could also still receive a citation, which would just give him more time anyway.
Say that again?
I was just saying if he didn't get it in time that they come up with, he could still receive a citation, and then it would just create more time anyway.
Correct, yeah, this isn't going to give a citation, it's just going to extend, correct, Rick?
Yeah, so that's what I meant by working with the code officer.
Right, but if we extend it for 30 days, and then you can continue to work with Yolanda to get how your progress goes along.
Make a motion that we extend this for 30 days.
I'll support.
We have a motion and support.
Mr. Pontoni?
Yes.
Mr. Sims?
Yes.
Mr. Johnson?
Yes.
So as you work with Ms. Johnson, as you work along, and she'll keep track of it and make sure we're making some progress.
Okay.
And then you shouldn't have to come back here.
All right, thank you.
All right, thank you. Next up is 27 East Bidwell. Do we have somebody from 27 East Bidwell? Can you come to the podium and please state your name, please?
Mildred Mallard.
Okay, and Yolanda?
Yes. Thank you. 27 East Biddale was a result also of a property survey that was conducted. Upon my findings, there were, the gutter system was in disrepair. We're requesting that the gutter system is, is brought up to code, as well as downspouts and extenders to keep the water, property, rain or whatnot, elements actually away from the foundation. What we're trying to prevent is damage to the foundation and to your basement. And I would recommend, considering that our citizen here is here today, that we also extend 30 days, and she can work with me as well as that moves forward.
Okay.
As the progress.
Mrs. Mallard?
Yeah.
I want to say that my property is being lived in, and I've tried to evict that person to recover my property. And I went to court yesterday, and it has been extended now. I don't know if it's 2 weeks or what. I think I'm going to get a new date on it. That person moved in without my permission. I do not have a rental agreement or anything on it. I started last year for her to be out March 20th. Some way or another, with the court system and whatnot, it elapsed. I didn't do anything. So I filed another petition for her to be out by March 6th or 7th. And as I say, I had a court date yesterday. It was scheduled for July, but they did move it to yesterday. And I will be given another court date. I need her out. I haven't had any money from that person, not at all. Well, I have. I'm sorry. She moved in there in 17. And she had said she wanted to buy it on a land contract. And so I've given her option to rent it or to come up with a land contract. I have not gotten back a rental agreement or anything. But as I say, on yesterday, I don't know what day I go back to court, but I will be going back to court. But I don't want to do anything to that property until I get her out. Get her out.
So the work, if I understand correctly, is all the eaves troughing, everything's exterior, correct?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Correct. And we do not, we actually have our enforcements put at a stay during an eviction process.
Okay.
So what I would still suggest, the communication is that, the 30-day extension, because we do have to put a time on it. Also, just work with me, because pretty much you may have extensive damage on the inside after your tenant leaves. So we are understanding of that. However, I would think 30 days and then just work with us for your progress, the progress of your, on your project.
Now, to work with you, are you with code compliance?
Yes, ma'am, I am. I'm Yolanda Johnson. I'm the young lady that sent, the official that sent you the order, yes.
Okay. Well, I hope that in 30 days that they would have brought it back to court. But they did not give me a time on yesterday. They said it would be mailed to her. and they referred her to legal aid for, advice. So I'm hoping that 30 days that,
Oh, yeah, keep her.
because I'm really ready to do it, but I don't want to do anything while she's out. I need her out.
Yes.
Well, I'll move to extend the date, 30 days from today.
Support.
We have a motion and support. Any discussion? Seeing none?
Mr. Pontoni?
Yes.
Mr. Sims?
Yes.
Mr. Johnson?
Yes.
Thank you. Our next item is 571 Capitol Southwest. If you please come forward and state your name.
Shannon Lewis.
Ms. Johnson?
Yes. Ms. Lewis's property was as a result, again, of property survey in the area. My findings, there were several violations on the exterior. From what my conversation, I understand that Ms. Shannon here is working with the minor home repair. I haven't received a current status in that regard. I guess I don't know exactly what your status is with home repair.
I have to turn in check stubs. I haven't been working, so it was hard for me to get those. So I do have pictures of them on my phone, but I can't find the website to go to. I didn't know what the name of it was.
Okay.
I had it saved on my email, but somehow I must have accidentally deleted it or something.
Okay. Okay. Well, usually we work with minor home repair. Like I said, I haven't heard anything from the department at this point in time. So if you can reach out to the department, they are right downstairs. I would suggest that, I believe it's Scott Parker who would be in charge of that, I believe, that someone would get in touch with me. Otherwise, whatever repairs that you can make would be the advisement, same here, 30 days, and
okay.
just work with me in hopes that you can get some assistance with them.
Yeah,
Because
'cause-
we talked about how old the home is, and that it could be fall under the lead abatement program as well.
Okay.
So,
Okay. Any other questions from the board? If not, we have a motion.
Make a motion that we extend it 30 days, excuse me.
I'll support.
We have motion to support. Any discussion? Seeing none?
Mr. Sims?
Yes.
Mr. Johnson?
Yes.
Mr. Pontoni?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next item is 140 Rittenhouse. Do we have anybody from 140 Rittenhouse? If you please come up and state your name.
My name is Donna Bradley.
Thank you. Eric?
On April 27th, 2022, excuse me, a city staff was at 140 Rittenhouse, and it looks like the property was cited for an issue with steps and some minor peeling paint at the gable of the house. On my inspection today, I couldn't confirm a violation with steps at the property, but I did notice that there is some minor peeling paint on the gable on the second level. Given the height of and the arc of the house, I would recommend 60 days because the homeowner may need a contractor to
Okay.
make those repairs, even though it's pretty marginal amount of paint that's missing on the property.
Okay. Ma'am?
Yeah, just right now, I just don't have the money to be able to do all that because I don't know how much it's going to cost. It's going to cost a lot because right now I have to fix my roof because it's leaking inside my house. And my water's not clean and I have to get that fixed. I have to get a plumber to come in to fix that. So I just don't have all the money to get everything
Okay.
done.
So if we give you a 60-day extension, that would give you some time to get some estimates and see what you're looking at?
Yes, that would
So
be
you're
okay.
making some progress, and you can work with Eric and
Yeah.
let him know what you're finding as you go along?
Yes, I can
Okay.
do that.
Any other questions from board? Any motion?
I'll make a motion to extend the deadline 60 days for 140 Rittenhouse.
Support.
We have a motion and support. Any discussion? Seeing none?
Mr. Sims.
Yes.
Mr. Johnson.
Yes.
Mr. Pontoni.
Yes.
You're all set, and just let Eric know as you're going along and make sure you get your estimates and things so we can make some progress.
Okay.
Thank you. Our last item is 115 Spring Street. Do we have somebody from 115 Spring?
Yes, my name is Esther Teasley.
Thank you. Eric?
On April 29th, 2022, a city staff was at 115 Spring Street and cited the following issues as violations. There's some peeling paint at the porch, and more significantly, there are some damaged fascia and soffit boards at the overhang on the driveway side of the house that will require some construction and repair, including paint and possibly new boards and maybe some new roofing. My recommendation, given the scope of the violations, would be 60 days.
Okay. Ma'am?
Yes. Yeah, 60 days will give me some time, especially since I've been sick. I've had pneumonia, and I've got the paper here where I went to the hospital. So I haven't been able to, I have been calling people and trying to get in touch with someone that can help me with this, but I'm working on it, but so far I haven't been too successful at getting any help.
Okay, so if we give you a 60-day extension, that'll give you some time to start getting your estimates and see where you can get some help to put this together?
Yes.
And then as you get those, if you would get back with Mr. Morris so that he can know that you're working and trying to progress on the property?
Yes.
Okay, all right, thank you. Any other questions? Seeing none, we have a motion?
Make a motion that we extend 115 Spring Street for 60 days.
I support.
We have a motion and support. Any discussion? Seeing none?
Mr. Johnson.
Yes.
Mr. Pontoni.
Yes.
Mr. Sims.
Yes.
Ma'am, did you sign in on the sign-in sheet?
No.
If I could get you to do that, please.
Okay, I will. Thank you.
Okay, that concludes new business. Any public comments? Yes, ma'am. Was it 52 Ann Street? Yeah, we've already, have already done that. We did a 30-day extension on for your appeal.
No, it was
No?
affirmed as written,
Oh, it's affirmed as written, I'm sorry.
but that means,
We affirmed the order as written, so there was no appeal. Because you were the first on the list. We started at 1 o'clock, unfortunately. Pardon? I don't think you can. So you'll just have to comply with the orders that are as written. Well, my suggestion would be to proceed with the work as best as you can and work with Mrs. Johnson, and she probably can work with you and help you get to where you need to be. But if you start on it and she sees that you're making progress and you're making good progress, she'll work with you so that she's got the ability to give you a little leeway past the deadline. No, ma'am, no, because typically when somebody is not here for the hearing, it gets affirmed as written. Yeah, I'm sorry, yeah, but if you start working on it and work with Ms. Johnson, she will she will work with you and help you progress along.
Okay.
And if I may add, it was just, it's a technicality because it's what's written and it's what's in black and white and what has been voted on. But Ms. Johnson, with her working with you, it's just as, I hope I'm not getting myself in trouble here, but it's just as good as getting that extension. They're going to work with you to get the work done. As long as she sees that you're progressing, she's going to give you what you need.
And may I add, she may need some permits, so that may extend out anyway.
Does this work need permits?
Some of the items
Okay.
on here, yes, she has.
So it's the items that need a permit, and I'm not sure what repairs were there, but if somebody's doing the work and they apply for the permit, that gives you 6 months, once the permit's applied for, to complete the work. So that gives you another way to get an extension. Okay, thank you.
This was in the back of my book, but it wasn't on the agenda. I didn't see it on the front page, but maybe I missed something.
No, let me in the back of the packet you handed out, there was something for 296 Spring Street? Or is that in there by accident?
It was supposed to be, I did remove it, I apologize.
Okay,
We just had this conversation today.
okay, no problem.
Drifted off, I apologize.
That's all right. No other public comments, any board or staff comments? Seeing none, we will adjourn the meeting at 1:27.
Is this a record? This is like the best.
No, we've had a short.